Welcome back to the 3-Minute Drill, all the Detroit Lions news you need in under 180 seconds. The Lions finished their first week of training camp. Padded practices have begun, and they returned several players to practice before their end of the first week. Wide receiver Tim Patrick, defensive lineman Tyleik Williams, and Roy Lopez also returned. Enos Rakestraw, and maybe most notably Alex Anzalone, who did work off to the side of practice when asked by the media if that meant there were some progression with his negotiations. He very sternly answered with a no. Outside of the physically unable to perform list, the Lions still have yet to return running back Sione Vaki and safety Ian Kennelly. There were some new additions to the injury list towards the end of week one. Cornerback Stanley Thomas Oliver, who suffered an additional hamstring. It has come out that he has since been released by the organization. Just an unfortunate slew of injuries for him. And then added to the injury list, maybe most notably, is safety Kirby Joseph, who at this time has an undisclosed injury. I will keep you informed once we hear more from the organization. The Lions returned several of their defensive linemen and seem to be working their starting lineup into the mix here in training camp, and that seemed to establish itself over the weekend during padded practices. Aiden Hutchinson is going at 110% and looks everything of the superstar he was before he was injured last season. With the addition of Tyleik Williams, DJ Reader has now gotten himself back into the fold, so your defensive tackles seem to be looking stronger, and guys like Ahmed Hassanin have been able to show themselves in padded practice with his work ethic. Marcus Davenport continues his strong training camp and again is making a strong case for that edge opposite Aiden Hutchinson. Things seem to be rounding into shape early on in training camp for this Lions defensive line. Let me know in the comments down below. For what we've seen so far, can this sustain for this Lions defensive line? And if they do hold up, what will this mean for the Lions defense as a whole in 2025? And finally, the Lions bolster one of the deepest wide receiver rooms in all of the NFL already, with All-Pro Amon-Ra St. Brown, the speedster Jameson Williams, and veterans Khalif Raymond and Tim Patrick. But the Lions rookies have been showing out so far in preseason and training camp. In specifics, Isaac TeSlaa, their third-round pick, drafted 70th overall, has been making a ton of plays so far in training camp. Several media outlets have come out with highlights of TeSlaa taking 50-50 balls away, toe tapping, doing all of the hustle-type plays that you expect from a guy with that 6'4" frame, 215 pounds. He's really turning heads there in Lions camp, and you add him into the mix, a big-bodied potential ex-wide receiver replacement for Tim Patrick. He may actually find himself not only on the roster, but making plays early on this season. Check out @JohnnyGazSports for additional 3-minute drills.